This is John Michael Fazarano with part 1 of Purple Limited's demo video. The problem or use case that our app is meant to solve is to help people who like to cook at home. The problem that people have when they cook at home is they don't always have the time to pre-plan their meals ahead. What you would have to do now is go to the store, decide what you want to cook, buy the materials, and go home. We aim to shorten that gap by allowing the user to cook a recipe that they would like to eat, but only with the ingredients that they have on hand, not making them run out to get extra ingredients, and also opening their menu a little bit more to recipes they might not have thought of. The biggest pain point that our app addresses is to allow people to eat what they want with what they have on hand. Say there is a consumer, Bob. Bob has decided that he wants to make beef Wellington, but upon getting everything ready, Bob realizes that he does not have everything to make beef Wellington. Now he's got a lot of ingredients that could possibly go to waste. By importing what he does have into our app, he can look through a list of possible menu items that he could cook with what he has.
My name is Coy Burke, and I'll be going over some of the technologies that Team Purple Limited used to create our application. One of the key pieces of technology that our app uses behind the scenes is the Firebase database. The biggest motivation behind choosing to use Firebase was that the design of our application is very list-centric, and we needed all of those lists to play well with one another, so to speak. So for example, the logic behind the app's recipe suggestions relies on the list of ingredients that the user has available. Keeping all of these lists in a centralized location really helped us to simplify the logic behind the scenes. With Firebase integrated into our project, we were also able to pass objects directly into Firebase from within the application, and Firebase would handle the translation from application objects to JSON formatted database entries. This allowed us to keep the data consistently organized across the application and the database. On the screen here we have an example of a user's data stored in Firebase. Having all of the user's data available in a readable format like this provided us a lot of flexibility in our testing, since we had the option of making changes dynamically from within the app or on the fly from within the database. And those changes would populate in real time in either case. The ability to export and import the database information properly formatted also helped with the testing, since we could quickly add new information to the database without the need to input each of those entries individually. Another important piece of technology that we employed in creating our app was Tasty API. We use this API to handle all the recipe queries from within our application. As you can see here in the example results, each of the recipes that the API returns has a ton of information included with it. Everything from the ingredients to the instructions, and even the thumbnail link are included in each recipe. All of this information was returned by the API in JSON format, so that made it really easy to fetch and parse all the information we needed. We also found the formatting in general to be incredibly consistent across different recipe sources, which made it really simple to pull what information we needed and get it organized into objects that our application could understand and manage. Another great thing about this API is that it provides an interactive testing interface, which sort of allowed us to see the format of a certain query's results before actually making the query from within the app. And so having this feature meant that we could quickly solve any issues that might arise during parsing, since we had a really easy way to view the data in the exact same format that it was going to be returned to our application.
My name is Jackson Puente, and I'll be giving the presentation in our demo. So first, I'm going to register. Now that we've done that, we can log in. There we go. So here we have our app. You see our suggestions page, saved recipes, on-hand ingredients, and search. So first, let's use the search. Let's say I want to look up pizzas. And here we have some pizza suggestions, so we can scroll through here. We'll add this because it looks good. And now if we navigate over to the saved recipes, you'll see that it's right here. We can click it and see its description, ingredients, and instructions as well. There we go. Sorry about that. Now we can remove this, and let's go to our on-hand ingredients. So from here, I'm a poor college student, so I only have, let's say, cheese, and I have go. Pasta. Let's say I have an ounce. And let's look at rice. So we'll have 3 cups of rice. So now, if we navigate over to the suggestions, we'll see that it pops up with the view pagers. Sorry about that. There we go. And here we have suggestions. So sliding through, I'll click this because it looks funny. And we have this now too. We can add as many of these as we want. And okay. So now that we've done all that, let's log out. And now if we log back in, let's say it's been a week or something. You can see that from our suggestions, it still is popping up with the ones that were offered before. Now we'll navigate over to here. Sorry about that. And you'll see with these buttons we can lower the quantities of said things, and I'm going to say that we got rid of the rice. So now if we go back to here, can slide through and see that it's just offering us things for pasta and cheese instead. Sorry, my bad. And these are the basic features of our app. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed.